What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone. And Tonali has opened up the door for a return to the Serie A. Now, in the future, it's just who the hell is going to kick that in, because it will probably have an insane price tag. But it's always well known that he wants a potential return to Serie A, because his departure from the Serie A was not a happy decision. He was kind of forced to leave the Serie A for the Premier League. So I think that comes always into play. And there's a new link, an easy link, you might say, but a very interesting link. I think a lot of you will like, with Norton Coffee from Genoa. So we're going to talk about all those things. Before we get into it, as always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive straight into it. Okay, guys, Tonali. We talked about it in the summer. It felt like at one point we might, go for Tonali, and even the good sources were saying, yeah, he is a target, but it's unrealistic because Newcastle do not want to sell. Now, Sandro Tonali spoke at the Azzurri camp. I will read out first. He said, "We return to Serie A. I always say yes to everyone, because in the end, an Italian always has that 1% chance of coming back to play in his own country. Maybe not now, because I've found stability and I'm feeling good in every way, but I'll never close the door to returning to Serie A. The Serie A is my league. It's becoming more and more beautiful. Every year it improves, the teams are stronger, and the technical level has risen." Now, a couple of things to unpack. I think one of the few first comments in the comment section will be, he's a Milan fan. Fine, and yeah, if Milan have the funds, he'll probably go to Milan. But at the end of the day, Chiellini was a Milan fan. Maldini was a Juve fan. I mean, you're a professional at the end of the day. Now, do I think he's going to leave Newcastle? No. For a simple reason that I don't think Newcastle want to sell. And if Newcastle will want to sell, Premier League clubs will be in for him. And it's not me saying he will pick those Premier League clubs, but it will drive the price up insane. You're not going to get Tonali for 80 million euros. I don't think he's worth 100 million euros or whatever, but the price tag will be the price tag, So for me, from that perspective, it's unrealistic. The only way it becomes realistic if he's a bit older, his contract is running down, then it becomes realistic. It doesn't feel like something we will do next summer. Now, if we get Champions League football and for some reason we make it through the Champions League and we collect money and we do well in the league as well, etc., and the club is like, gold miners, you leave, and we start selling players and free up wages, you need a big splash in midfield. We need help in midfield. I think that's extremely obvious, because gold miners aimed it, McKennie aimed it. You have Locatelli and Thuram. You have Adzic, who's learning. You have Miretti, who's injured. You do not have the firepower, up there. The backline and the midfield. Up front, you have players. You will see who will develop. Maybe Openda will just go back to Leipzig because it won't be an obligation. And you might need to do something up there as well, with Vlahovic leaving as a free agent as well. But in midfield, we don't have enough cover, especially next summer. So maybe I'm wrong. And the club is like, no, we're going to go full in for a player like Tonali. And it's realistic, or it's possible, I have no idea. For me, from my perspective, the way I'm looking at it right now, it doesn't feel very realistic. I'm gonna be completely honest with that one. But again, it's obvious that he was forced out of City. Again, not saying that he hates Newcastle, etc., because he's doing well at Newcastle. He's loved over there. He's appreciated over there. So I'm not saying he's knocking on the Newcastle door and saying, I want out in the summer. Absolutely not. But the fact that he's very open about that is extremely interesting, because imagine Thuram in a training camp saying, a return to Liga. Yeah, I'm a French player. Obviously, I want to go back to the Liga. Like, our fan base will be going mad. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Mid-season, answering those questions. Just be professional and say, I'm at Newcastle, I'm happy, and that's it. But the fact that he's very open with that is extremely interesting, in my opinion. Now, let's move on to another piece of news that you might say is a tap-in story from Tuttosport. Ottolini bringing in players from Genoa, his players. Because it's from Nico Schira as well, saying that the door is wide open now for Norton Coffee to join Juve. Potentially, Juve have already sent scouts to the game. We were there, so that's weird. But for Genoa, Lazio, and Genoa valuing it at 10 to 12 million at this moment in time. I think they got him from Arsenal or Millwall. I think it was on loan at Millwall, and they got him from Arsenal. I'm not sure. Was he a free agent? I have actually no idea. I know he played on loan at Millwall. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, he looks like a gem. He's very young. We watched the game against Genoa when we played there. He was on smoke. Like, he had that right hand side on lock. Like, we were struggling, especially in the second half. He was causing us issues for 45 minutes. Now, Genoa are not that good up front, so there was no real end product, but he was causing us problems. Remember that ball from Vlahovic where it bounced back, or the one where Joao Mario blocked it? Like, he was causing issues consistently. Now, is he ready-made? No. Somebody made the point, well, what's the point of Alberto Costa selling him, because, well, he's not good defensively and he looks like a loose cannon. Yeah, I get all those things, I get it, but then again, Alberto Costa was not a guy Tudor signed. It was not a guy Comolli and Chiellini brought in, etc. It's a different view. It's a different environment. It's different. And on top of that, João Mario is not improving. It's not convincing Tudor. It's not really convincing the club right now. And that's their own fault. Obviously, we got money for him and we moved out Alberto Costa. So maybe the club is looking at that situation and be like, we made a mistake. We need to, one, maybe get cover for João Mario or whatever, or just move on João Mario and we need somebody else. So it's going to be interesting with that one. Now, it feels like a tap-in story. I have no belief that Genoa is going to sell him mid-season. It will probably be at the end of the season, and it's definitely not for 12 million euros at the end of the season, because it's Genoa, it's an Italian club, it's Juve. You're going to pay 25 million for him. And then again, is it like it's a one-season wonder? Do we need to do this? Like, again, he's very young. I think he's 21. This is a breakout. Like, going from Millwall championship football to this is a big step. He doesn't really look out of place. You can see that he's raw. He needs to learn, etc. But it's an interesting player to keep an eye on. And if he's relatively cheap, then yeah. But that being said, you still need a main guy. Like, isn't that obvious, right? Like, we're playing Kalulu and things like that, we're getting Northland Coffee. Are we gonna play him from get-go? Is he gonna, swim, or like, is it that type of situation at the club? Go out there and convince us. If not, we will go again. So you need to be careful with that one. But it is an interesting player to just keep an eye on from now until the end of the season, and looking at how he will develop as well. So in the comment sections, let me know what you think about the Tonali situation. Is it realistic? What do you think about this link? Is it more of a tap-in rather than a real piece of news? Is it easy type of news? And what do you think about him? Is it another project rather than a ready-made fit for this club? Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Ciao.